It's the time to get down.
Good morning! Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Turn that thing down and get ready for school. I know you're not going to school. All right, welcome everybody to Morning Coffee, the show that attempts to wake you up with a wonderful AM flair that allows you to slowly and gradually acclimate your own self to the daytime. So get those blinds open. That's right. We know you're sleeping a buffo, and that's okay. It's time to get up and watch us either naked or in your underwear. We don't mind. We're all part of the party. Welcome everybody to Morning Coffee. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's Monday, September 14th, and we have in the house this morning she is a regular here, but an occasional special taste treat of the Morning Coffee. Everybody, there's our own hot chocolate, Miss Miko. Give it up. Yeah, I know. Can you see it? Yeah. All right, she's going to be here today. Welcome, baby. She's over there meerkatting. We had to adjust because now there's this new thing, So when we go live, everybody in here is talking to different people. Interesting phenomenon. And we're working on it. But we figured that's like it is at your house, at your breakfast table, and we're sure your children are paying attention to you. Of course they are. So it's that kind of a crazy thing. So we want you to know that, again, the experiment continues as we go about it on Morning Coffee because we are continuing to add and do these things. So I like to start off with the announcements and tell everybody that it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, but we want to say we've managed to survive into week 2 of the fall season, and things continue to grow and change. Okay, and it's hot and heavy. Visitors over the weekend, right?
Yes.
More and more collaborations coming out. People are looking forward to bringing you more indie artists, indie television. We're talking with people about concerts, live concerts. So it was that big, wonderful kind of a continuing weekend. So the saga continues. I also got my hair did. And as a man, I want to say, it's not something we would like. Yeah, I want to give all the love out to my stylist, Nicola, who makes me look so good. But man, that's like 3 hours of torture.
I don't have that problem.
3 hours of torture as they work on your hair. So
you look good.
Okay. Well, thank you, because I want you to know, as a man, it's hard. We used to spend $10 for a haircut, Vic. What did it used to cost us for a haircut back in the day?
$6.
I used to get a discount.
And you wouldn't even imagine what I spent for that 3 hours of torture, even though it is wonderful. Thank you, Nicola, for what she did for me. Okay, so you guys, I got to remind you before I get into some of the topics of today that Tuesday night is always our triple banger night, and there's some hot stuff coming up Tuesday night. That's our live interactive DJ night. Miko's going to be there starting off the evening at 7 p.m. And we tell you, dress comfortably, preferably cotton. Something washable, loose-fitting. Be there at 7 p.m. for DJ Miko's Quiet Storm pre-show. Because this week's theme is Lover's Lane. That's right. A long walk and a lovely journey. Come on, get there for Lover's Lane. That's going to be 7 p.m. I don't know what kind of music that DJ Miko is going to play. Because her Lover's Lane and my Lover's Lane, they have been inhabited by slightly different folks. See, she might have had little different folks in her Lover's Lane, while my Lover's Lane, let's just say, you want to be packing. So be there for DJ Miko's Lover's Lane. Following that will be the Quiet Storm. And the theme for the Quiet Storm this week is Single with Swagger. That's right, embracing the thrill of the hunt. That's the way it's going to be, embracing the thrill of the hunt. The music, all about the hunt. The age-old ritual. The stalking. The capture.
Why must I chase the cat? Right?
Why must I chase the cat?
That's what I figured.
Why must I chase the cat?
It. Yeah, I know.
Must be the dog in me. All right. Now, you guys. Now, Miko, Miko got some mail. Miko got some mail, and I just want you to know it's wonderful. We want to thank you all for sending us in publications, and we're gonna have some advice for you and things to help you with promotion of your publications, indie
Right.
books. People, so tell us about it, Miko. What happened?
As far as the young lady's experience
You just
about
got
the publication, yeah, this is her third book that's out. And she's improving, but when it comes to publication, like I'm in the process of doing, haven't put it out yet. It's always passed down to me that you should check all of your grammar, and we find that very hard if you don't come from a writing background or practicing that.
It's hard.
It is hard, when you have to check your own grammar, your punctuation, and everything. And this young lady, a lot of people bought her first book, but they didn't tell her that there was a lot of grammar problems within her first book, and she didn't get the notification until just now, her third book. So when you put it out there, it reflects on you. So that's what I don't want to do.
Well, I'll tell you what Miko and I decided, because we're not going to go all into the reviews here today.
Right.
Yeah, but we want everybody to know that we are reviewing stuff that people send to us. But part of this has really made us decide to make sure we give you that regular support and love.
Right.
One of the things I was telling Miko is that there's wonderful support services for those of you who are writing books, writing things of your own. You got to check out lulu.com. Lulu.com, just like Little Lulu. Lulu.com, because they have everything about writing and self-publishing your book. And the other thing about Lulu.com is they have services. I turned one of my buddies turned him on to Lulu, and he hired someone to proofread, illustrate, and organize his book. All of those services are available at Hulu. You can they have all the supportive services that will allow. Look at this right here. So Go Pro with publishing service. And what happens is these are people who have jobs, who want to do part-time work. Think about what you're doing. So you're helping them make a little extra cash. They're working part-time on the side. Win-win, right?
And it costs a little of nothing.
At different price, right? Some of them are very inexpensive, some are
Right.
more, but the point is, it's negotiable too, right?
Right.
It's negotiable. So take a look. We wanted you to see Lulu.com. They help you can do cover design. They can do illustrations. They also do editorial assisting. And that goes everything from just proofreading to full rewrites and collaboration. Okay? So the point being, you know how we are here at Morning Coffee, that indie thing. Hey, we support you. We support you. Okay? So continue to send Miko stuff. Continue to send Miko.
That's cool.
Continue to send Miko books and publications, but we will be having those shows, and we will continue to do that support for the indie artists. Remember, go to lulu.com.
And hold on. And if you are a publication and you would like to do a story on Pack Stereo TV based on Mario, Victor, and I, we welcome that as well, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we do.
That's right.
Yes, we do.
We welcome, and all the exposés. All I can say is, it's not my baby. That's all I can tell you. So I don't know.
No,
Billie
we are all
Jean,
his babies.
No, it's not mine.
No, we are all his babies.
I don't know her. I didn't see her.
No, I like how he's going. And the other message is everybody get off of their pride. Be super aggressive. Don't pass. I like when people say, "Hey, pass this along." Let your people know. Be aggressive. I mean, be really aggressive. The worst can happen is somebody say no. But most of the time, we'll find an alternative if we can't support you. And if you are way beyond what we're doing, take us on the ride.
Hey.
You heard that?
All right.
We ready.
We ready. Well, today, you guys, and this stuff today, I don't know about you, waking up today's news, it's always a thing of Morning Coffee, because Morning Coffee was actually born out of this whole concept that Vic and I were forced to design programs, and we weren't programmers. And I got up and had a ritual of reading the paper in the morning with my coffee. And Vic was talking about the sports, and then he also was taking time to look at ladies on the internet.
Absolutely.
So we
Little
created...
nasties.
Thank you.
We are men, which...
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Oink, oink. Porkers. Pigs, what can I say? So that's how we did Morning Coffee. This show came out of, reading the paper in the morning coffee. Vic did the sports, and we look at hot picks in order to get that blood flowing. So, I want everybody out there, because I get the impression when I'm talking to people as I'm moving around, that they actually, in our community, to a certain extent, are not really aware of one of the big international crises. So as much of a bummer as it is, I need to remind you, you have a huge crisis going on with refugees from Syria. Now, part of the reason why you don't know that much about it, I'm not going to get all into. Let's just say that our administration has taken a role of conservative role. That would be I don't know if that's the proper adjective, but a conservative role in dealing with this. But you've had a major civil war going on. And what's so amazing is that your country, who's so prevalent in this region, with talking about everything else, can't find a thing to have much to say about this. While you have thousands of refugees from Syria pouring over the borders. Mm-hmm. Such a big deal that the European nations like Austria, Germany, and Hungary are being flooded, and they're getting criticized too by their way of handling these immigrants. I need to remind our people and our listeners too, you got to get your head out the sand sometime and be aware, because these things affect us. As much as we watch them, people are writing to me and saying things, and I don't want to say it in an insulting way, but this is the way to say it. Are these the new niggas?
Oh.
Because they are being treated in ways that are breaking our hearts. Many of them, people have written in and said, wow, sticking people in rail cars to transport them across the country to places they don't want to go seems far too familiar in Europe. Doesn't that sound like Nazi Germany? This is a humanitarian crisis. The U.S. just announced that they're going to take more. People need to go look and see how many refugees we took from Vietnam. So I have to remind everybody, this is the crisis of the day. Sorry to shock you up and stun you, but that's the kind of crisis that it is. We have to be aware and look at this, because it reminds us as how we are all connected in this world, and that these tragedies are all of us. So you got to go look at Syria, the refugee problem, if only to get an opinion and be aware of one of the major crises of your time. Okay, because when you have these wars and when you are favoring all these military actions, these are the consequences of those kinds of issues. Refugees. And then you better have your pocketbooks open, because somebody's got to feed and house them.
History repeats itself. If you take a good look, this has repeated itself in different ethnicities, different cultures over a period of time. So you don't look at it as unique if you go back and read that there's always the power of those who corrupt those who are lesser than, for whatever reason.
And that's the truth. It is. That's why it's so depressing in one sense, that it is not new. It is totally not new.
No.
It's a recurring issue. Refugees. What do we do about refugees? Are we our brother's keeper? I've raised this issue before because I realize that at Pax Stereo, our views are somewhat outside the norm. Many of us, and maybe most of us, don't feel that we are our brother's keeper. Could easily step over those in need, starving, dying. Whereas there are other folks who could not stand. You know, in Hungary, where people were criticizing the government, right, for how they handled, the people were so upset. So many of the people were upset that they started lining the roads, handing out water, cooking foods, setting up their own stands for the refugees.
That's right.
People came out of their houses. So before we get too caught up in all the negativism, remind yourself that within all of these tragedies, there's always the point of beauty, that when we're at our worst, some of us are at our best.
Well, Mario, that brings me to say, not to interrupt you like that, but, you know, every now and then, with my sister's scholarship fund, we have other scholarship funds that get together every month, and we go downtown to the, Skid Row. We sit and talk with the people. We give them things out of the garage that we want to do yard sale with, or we want to give to Goodwill. Instead of giving it to those stores to sell, we're like, well, we're going to just take it down there and let them have it. And let them do what they feel they need to, make use of. And it does help. And when you hear about what these people went through, how they got there, everybody's story is different, case by case scenario. And it's sad. It will make you cry. Because, you got people that are corporate that's down there, and they had friends, and going back to what you're saying, are you your brother's keeper? Well, a couple of people are down there based on situations that they didn't have no control over. and then there's some people that are down there based on situations that they did have control over, like gambling habits and stuff like that.
Even
so
then,
you never
I would say, there but for the grace of God go I. There are people, many of us who are around people who snorted cocaine, right?
Yeah.
We were at parties where people used things.
Right.
We could have made a mistake.
Right.
At a moment of weakness. In other words, I never say I'm holier than thou.
Thank
Many of
you.
us have stood on the prefaces of making a terrible mistake, and we luckily chose this one.
Right.
Well, we could have chosen. We have friends who made the other choice and were destroyed because of that. So therefore, I'm with you. I go there, but for the grace of God go I. I'm far too humble.
Yeah,
I'm just thankful.
I'm with you.
But remember, and I have told this to people too, because a bunch of the folks that we know out there suffer today from stress, from depression. There's so many of us
Job
out there.
loss.
All this. Let me tell you something. If you ever want to work on healing your soul in an active way, let me suggest service. Even as when you are in that having struggles, when you go care for people who have it so much worse than you, it heals your heart and gives you a perspective that is different. I know this personally. Sometimes we are feeling bad about our own lives. Then we find people who are struggling. As we enlist in the groups that are helping them, we find ourselves uplifted. Okay, and reminded of the point and purpose. So let me say, for a lot of us who are struggling right now, you don't usually have to go far.
No.
They're right around you. They're right there around you. There's things we can do to contribute to those things.
True.
Okay? So, again, that's the number one topic today in what we call the news. Topic number 2, on a lighter turn, is why must I chase the cat? It must be the dog in me. Otherwise, the topic is also known as why Meerkat is my new girlfriend. Sorry, Pornhub.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
It's been a
Repeat
long
that again?
association,
That's a little-
Pornhub.
Wait.
Okay.
They said repeat that?
It's been a long association.
No. Why is?
Why must I chase the cat? Because it must be the dog in me. Also known as why Meerkat is my new girlfriend, and I'm sorry, Pornhub. I'm sorry, Pornhub. I had to
You got
let
jokes.
for those single men, and people don't act like you don't. Yeah, you don't use Pornhub.
Yes, I do.
Does everybody
Oh,
know how
wow.
big Pornhub
Wow.
is? I was shocked to find out that Pornhub has some of the biggest numbers
Yes.
on the internet.
Billions of
Absolutely.
dollars.
Billions of dollars. But Meerkat is
TNA.
my new girlfriend. I was saying it a different way, but I didn't want to insult anybody. Meerkat is my new bitch.
Ooh. Did he say that?
You know what?
Okay, we're alone.
We came
we're
from
alone.
We came from an empowerment moment to a conscious.
I'm just
Here
saying.
go the cheerleader. Here go the cheerleader.
Even the nicest
man.
of us men have
Here
those
go the
moments.
cheerleader.
You know
Yeah.
you'll be in your business suit busting that gangster rap driving down
I'm
Sunset.
just saying.
Yeah, he sound like that, don't he?
Meerkat is my new girlfriend. Now why?
Wow.
There's a lot of wonderful reasons about Meerkat. Let me tell you guys about Meerkat. Like specifically Mac.
Just-
PMCR, you guys, listen. Meerkat Periscope, the new phenomena is that people get instant notification of when you go live. It's part of the new lifestyle issue. So imagine this, Mac. So people are going about their day, and when you go live, their phone pops up a notice, so-and-so's going live.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
of a
Periscope
pre-show.
Meerkat, yes.
Right, they'll tell you. You can even do a scheduled thing. You say they'll go live in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Right.
So people are going around doing their world and then logging in when you tell them you're going live. Simple but amazing. Let me tell you the example, okay? Because some of you who DJ will appreciate this. I first experimented with Meerkat on the 4th of July, where I did an impromptu broadcast because I was here chilling, not illin', had a little something, little champagne, having a good time. I said, I'm going to go live and DJ.
Right.
Jumped on live DJing, notified Meerkat, ended up with almost 500 people. Almost 500 people watching me live. That's what I'm talking about. When we did Neil's live here,
800 for me.
Miko had over 800. We had over 1,500 people, you guys. Over 1,500 people
Yeah.
tune in live over our staff, Meerkat, Periscope, all of our individuals. So that's part of why we're so amazed at the phenomena. That's why right now we're doing this. We're doing this because we have added Meerkat and Periscope to our regular broadcasting format, just Mac, specifically for this.
Yes.
You know, it's funny, Mac McAllister, our G&M bureau chief, has talked off and on for years about doing his radio show that he does every Saturday.
Which I like.
Doing that live. And Mac, this may be the thing, okay? This may be the thing where you can go live and let people see. Because that's why I'm doing two of them right now. We got Periscope and Meerkat live right now within our broadcast. We call it the stream within the stream. Picture within the picture. And that's why. So that's why. Amazing numbers, you guys. I have to thank you. As a DJ, to go live. Just imagine this. You go live just spinning impromptu out of nowhere.
Right.
And 500 people tune in.
That's something.
500
Or more.
or more. You got to try it. You got to do it. You got to see what it's like. Okay? You got to see what it's like. Because it's that kind of a thing.
Mario, they said, were you scared the first time to approach Meerkat in Periscope? And how did it turn out for you?
You know, let me tell you about fear, first of all. Every time I've ever done anything of value, I've been afraid. So I learned that you just have to relate to fear. You have to embrace fear. Because fear is, if you ain't afraid, it ain't big enough. If it's big enough, you're afraid.
Right.
Okay? All right, it is. But that doesn't mean that you don't do it, that the fear doesn't even help you to accomplish what you do. So no, I wasn't afraid though in this time, no. This time I was more fascinated. I was fascinated because when I went live, they were coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 18, 26. Amazing. Amazing phenomenon. And again, that's why we love it so much. So you guys, all the new stuff that we're doing, because it doesn't take us long to embrace the phenomenon. That's one thing about Pack Stereo. We can make a switch adjustment in a moment. So all of our broadcasts are now embracing the social media phenomena that is Meerkat and Periscope. And again, taking it to a new level. Miko was interviewing Nils live at his performance here and was streaming with her selfie simultaneously. And I'm the one who told her, I said, that's revolutionary. You may not realize it, but you have just made history. Okay, because when we did those things, these are things other people aren't doing, haven't thought about doing. But Pack Stereo is doing. We're doing Periscope, Meerkat. In that chat room right now, we got PMC, we got Mac McAllister. Our team, and integrating them across multiple platforms simultaneously. Therein lies the ambition and the performance. And so that's why you got to give credit. So when Miko starts winging it, interviewing Nils, and then doing selfie stick at the same time, and all the time just talking and chatting and just doing her thing, know that I stood back and said, wow. Wow. Girl, lo and behold.
Get low.
Someone's fucking with mood control.
Get low.
All right, you guys, we're going to be coming back in just a moment for the new sports and the hot picks. As we do here, we remind you that I get to do every week a slideshow animation with the wonderful photography, the gifted talents of the eye of my brother Victor Allen over there, who's working 3 video switchers this morning on the system I designed. And he's doing it. So, but every week I get to do a slideshow animation of his photos, many of which include our own hot chocolate. I told you to get your robe open. So take a look.
Jeez.
Take a look.
Robe.
What are you talking about? Get both hands out your pockets if you're not
Robe.
counting change.
Wow. It's a little extra.
That's right. Here's the latest slideshow animation. We'll be back with some sports. Get ready for school! Yeah, the choir. Morning coffee. Be right back.
I like the way that you make me feel. Now slide your key in. Ooh, gives me chills. And with your engine trapped between my thighs, it's a power rush, a burning rush. You make me wanna fly. Oh, in and out of this traffic jam. Dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Pour it on, boy. Take me to the night. Ain't no stopping. So what's the use in trying? Destination, baby, all I know is that you and me were meant to be. Never let me go. This traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy, going through my head. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love.
Get ready to say something about the heat. Slide your animation. Victor Allen, photography. Look at that Nico.
I never thought that love makes you crazy. I never thought that love makes you high. I only hope that love is forever. I only hope that love never dies. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. Feel the wind blowing through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Never let me go. Out of this traffic jam, dangerous and without a plan. Fill me up, boy, and let me ride. Crazy love, it's a crazy love. It's crazy going through my hair. So alive, boy, and I'm so scared. Never knew love could move so fast. Crazy love, it's a crazy love.
Yeah, slide your animation. Hi, Victor. Nico Williams, hot chocolate. Bet you can't eat just one. Melts in your mouth or in your hands. The love it melts. Yeah.
I like the way that you make me feel.
All right, y'all. All right, so that's the latest slideshow animation. You've been listening to the Morning Coffee Show, and you know part 2 of the Morning Coffee Show has to do with the other. But I have to make sure it's there.
That's right.
Let's see.
This is a test. This is a test.
Because we're trying out the new systems.
On the fly.
We're trying out new systems, but it looks like Victor has gotten it together here.
Ballers. Footballers. I like that.
Yeah, footballers.
Yeah,
That's
I like
my people.
Yeah. You know what? Big one. All football all day. Matter of fact, tell me to go home.
You shouldn't have said that. They're gonna get you.
So are y'all ready? As you can see, they're getting ready.
They're gonna get you.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, we got.
All right, it's ready. Get ready for some new sports. Let's see if I can get it. A bigger one, Vic. Oh, that's right. We can.
Yeah, see, I know you won't be able to because not because you can't do it.
Well,
it's just that it's not the same effect, and it doesn't matter. It's a stream within the stream with a small screen, right?
Right, and
that's all
it's
that
a
matters.
matter of how fast you can get there.
Oh, see, now that's a good transition.